Okay, so we are ready. We're ready to launch our product. And the first thing that we're going to have to do is obviously inspect everything. Now, this is only going to happen when you actually receive your product. So if you haven't received your product yet, this is what you're going to have to do. Okay, so step one of the product inspection checklist is one, you need to open the box, right? You need to check the packaging. Make sure that the packaging is exactly what you told them that you wanted. Now, the one thing that I like to look at too is just to see how everything is packed. I've received two different orders from two different suppliers, and one of the boxes that came from one supplier was really good. It was really, really good. It's actually a nice box. It wasn't damaged. It was, heavier box. And then I received another one that it looked like they used a softer cardboard to package all of the units, which then could be a problem because if they get damaged, the box gets damaged, the external box, I mean, the one that's kind of holding like 125 units, let's say, if that gets damaged, well, that can damage the bag inside that's holding your main product. And then that's going to get rejected from Amazon when it goes there. So it's important that you inspect how these things are being shipped too, because if you don't, well, what's going to happen is you're going to have a problem down the line that you're going to have like 4 or 5, maybe 10 units that are defective and they're going to get rejected and you can't sell them. You can have them shipped back to you. You'd have to repackage them, but it's just a pain in the neck. So it's going to help you understand if your supplier is sending you stuff in a quality outer box or outer packaging. And again, that just represents their company. Okay. It's just like us. When we're sending something to a customer of ours, we want to make sure that package is nice, right? It's doesn't have to look pretty, but it has to be a solid box that can withstand being shipped. All right. So pretty basic stuff, but it's again, trying to figure out if that supplier is going to be the right fit for you. And if not, you got to let them know and say, listen, I got my package and a bunch of the boxes that you shipped them in were really damaged. And I know it's probably because of the shipping company, but you got to ship it in better boxes. They're very flimsy. They're a lightweight cardboard or whatever. So these are just things to also think about. All right. So 2, you want to check the UPC code and any labeling that you have on your package. Very important, because if you don't have that right, now in this case, if it's the UPC code and it's not right, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because they're going to assign, their own code, the FNSQ code. Now, the UPC code, though, if you do have that printed, you are going to want that right. So just, again, also making sure that your supplier is fulfilling their end of the bargain. All right. So again, just kind of like making sure that they're doing their quality control on their end. 3, you're going to want to check your product and compare it to your sample. And this is really important, because I get a lot of people that say, Scott, I negotiated the price down. I got it down by $1 a unit, and that's a lot. And the thing is you just want to make sure that they didn't cheapen on the raw materials that they're making that product with. So definitely check the sample that you've received that you said that you like, compare it to the product that you get in the mail. All right. Now, number 4 is you want to check your logo printing. Now, if you're having yours branded with your logo on it, you want to make sure that it's good quality. You want to make sure it's what you thought it was going to be. And if not, you either got to say it's not what I wanted and I'm not going to sell these, or it might just be something that you look at and you go, okay, it's passable, but I definitely want to improve that. I want them to do a better job. So again, it's a way for us to inspect this stuff. And 5, you want to check the inserts and any other packaging that you're using. So depending what kind of packaging you're using, if you're using an outer box, you want to make sure that that box is printed good. You want to make sure that it's a good quality, that it's not falling apart. I had one supplier send me a box with the product in it, and the box was glued together, so it was falling apart. So I opted to not go with the box for that reason. I didn't want a box being delivered to my customer that was falling apart. All right. So that's pretty much that. Now, the other thing I do want to just bring up here is that by doing it this way, having it shipped to yourself, especially on the first order, it's going to allow you to say, yeah, this is definitely what I signed up for. This is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted delivered to FBA. Now, if you don't do it this way, if you directly ship from the manufacturer all the way to FBA, you have no way to inspect any of this stuff. Now, you can hire a third party, but if you hire a third party, you might as well just have it shipped to yourself. The UPS fees are like dirt cheap to ship a box. So I just wanted to go through these really, really simple checkpoints or these this checklist, because this is definitely going to make your job a lot easier in the future, because yes, you can streamline it, but you're also going to be able to know if the supplier, the manufacturer, is delivering on their end of the bargain and they're not cutting corners. All right, because you want your product, especially when you're ordering 1,000 plus, right? I mean, that would be terrible if you had a defective product shipped into FBA and now it's being sold out of there, and you have no idea that it's being sold until you start getting all of these nasty emails from customers, and then you've got a big issue on your hands. So definitely in the beginning stages, you want to have a little bit more hands-on. All right. So that is going to wrap up this short little video on the product inspection. But then what we're going to do in the next video is I'm going to actually walk you through myself getting or taking a order and then uploading it to FBA. And then this way here, I'm going to schedule the delivery, and I'm going to be sending and replenishing the inventory into an existing listing. All right, so I'll see you in the next lesson.